Hello and let's get on with it. I'm going to play Midlander starter questline today, so already picked the gender and the nation Midland. I'm gonna pick Logres as the origin, and second option here would be to get the appearance. I'm just gonna press it random a few times and yeah, let's leave it at that. Next one would be the questions. These questions will help you determine your starting class, but I prefer to customize it myself, so I'm gonna skip it. And this time around I'm gonna do high dexterity character, so I'm gonna start with a scout, but I don't want to put any points into strength on that one, and I want a lot of dexterity, so there we go, a lot of dexterity points. And this one hasn't been here before, like choosing the crafting profession level. And looking at these, I think the hardest one to get would be mining and metallurgy, because yeah, you only get it when you're mining, and that's quite difficult to get really. So I'm gonna get as much as I can with that, and it also lets me gather more stone resources when I'm mining, so that's also good. Oh, character name, that's oh. Okay, let's just press random on that one and start. So let's press play. And yeah, been away for a few weeks, but now I'm back, so I'm doing this starter questline to get some rust off and see if I can notice any changes in the game, because you know it's Gloria Victis and it gets weekly updates and they're mostly pretty significant, so yeah, game's going forwards and I like it. Right, so first off we're gonna talk to Captain Robert. Oh, he's wearing the Stormguard skin for the Caledonian armor, which is nice. Alright, so let's click away. I never really bothered to read all this. And what he wants us to do is get the wine from the red crates. Yeah, let's do that. Right, when you have your weapon sheeted, you're either running when you press forward, or when you hold shift, you're sprinting. But it is different when you have your weapon out, drawn out or unsheathed, then when you're just pressing forward, like so, you're actually walking. And then when you press shift, you go into like a jog, run, and when you double press shift and hold it, you're gonna sprint. And sprinting will drain your stamina. Everything else will regain it. Like running will let you regain a little bit of stamina, walking more, and standing still will regain the most of your stamina. So what he wants us to do now? He wants us to collect some wood, which is optional, so I'm going to skip it. And kill some bandits in the cemetery. Shouldn't that be like cemetery? I'm not sure if that's a spelling mistake there. So let's get a dagger out, because high dexterity characters are very good with daggers. And also daggers do a lot of backstab damage, as you can see. One hit, he's down. And another one that bites the dust, and here, and as you can see, if I hit them in front, I am doing significantly less damage. I see that I've already killed enough of the grave robbers, so I'm going back to Duncan. Now, among the new changes that happened while I was away was that first one is that, if you remember on my current balance video, I was showing this option that disabled enemies talking to you. It's on default now. You can't even let it happen, because you will see enemy nation players speaking in a weird language. So For me, great. No more toxicity, because what are you gonna hear from an enemy? Most players are not very happy when they die, and they have a tendency to smack talk when they win, so you're really gaining nothing for knowing what the enemies have to offer to you in regards of conversation. So that is a very, very good change. I really, really like it. So the next one would be that they have buffed medium armors, which is also great because they were kind of useless. Now, where am I going with this? I need to go and collect some resources in the garden. I went ahead and went to the forward quest that will happen after this one. I already saw that there's a bandit that aggroed on me, so I'm gonna take a shank out and I'm gonna shank him. Shank both of them. Block. Shank. Shank. Bye. And there's another one. Pretty sure she's gonna interrupt me. So I can either pick up the hops or beehives. Beehives are significantly more expensive in loot wise, because beeswax is really sought after. So I'm just gonna harvest the beehives, and 60%, which means yeah, I need exactly 5, which is great. So what I want me to do now is talk to Duncan again. Oh, wow. Alright. A bit of backtracking here. But it's alright, it's not that far. And I am wearing light armor, so stamina is not that much of an issue. I can sprint for a lot longer. Okay, let's get a light armor piece, and that will be a good time to show you something. I'm going into inventory, and look at that, I got 3 light armor pieces, and the combined armor value is giving me this. It's also attributes also affect that armor. So as you can see, the reductions are not that great, but when you are having 4 or more armor of the same weight type, in this case light armor, you're getting 10% bonus reduction. So look at this. Haha. Nice, isn't it? Yeah, always have 4 or more armor pieces of the same type. That's basically a base principle in this game. If you're doing it like 3 different armor pieces and 3 plus 3, you're doing it wrong. So 4 or more armor pieces of the same type is basically mandatory. Alright, let's shank more of them. I need 2 more of them killed. That's one. As you can see, the backstab deals a lot of damage. Front, I have to hit him twice. In the back, once, and they're done. Oh, that one's seems like he was tougher. Oh, he went down nonetheless. Alright, so let's talk to Aldous now. Yeah, whatever. What do you want? Find stolen chest, kill bandits in the hideout. Alright. Yeah, there are the chests and there are the bandits. Can I get a free backstab first? I did. He survived it. Oh. Dagger is very fast, so it's a very good PvE weapon. Alright, let's open the chests. Did I kill enough bandits? No, I need to kill one more. And let's keep opening this chest. Alright, enough of the chests. Just one more bandit. Let's shank her. Alright. I'm gonna fight the next one because I already killed enough. So I'm gonna move on to conserve time. I'm gonna kill you. Just because you're putting me back to my dagger. And he's offering me a 200 sword. Great. That's a good weapon. I'm gonna use it. I am definitely going to use it because 200 swords are, in my opinion, the best weapon in the game, regardless of the class you are playing. Whether you're a warrior, a tank, or an archer, 200 sword is the way to go in PvE. Alright, so that is done. And what you want for me to do now is defeat pagans on the bridge. Alright. So why is the sword good? Well, first of all, someone didn't make it. Just lying down here now. That was a player. So swords are very good even for an archer, because swords get bonus damage both from strength and from dexterity, and it's very similar amounts. So you're doing a little damage as a dexterity character and as a strength character with a sword, so you might as well use it because it has range, more range than a dagger. Now I'm gonna put dexterity up to 150, because up to 150 every attribute points cost one of these points, and when you're over that every point costs 2, and then when you're over 200 every point costs 3, and it stays like that. So I'm gonna put dexterity up to 150 and then invest into constitution, because I am going for the build of 45 constitution and 300 dexterity. So 145 constitution, 300 dexterity. I'm gonna put nothing into strength, and that way I'm actually doing decent damage with swords. One, because dexterity benefits it, and dexterity also increases my backstab damage, and this also includes swords. And also, as an archer, you're wearing light armor, so no damage penalties, so even more damage there. So basically, even as an archer, you are a heavy hitter in melee. So keep that in mind. If you are playing an archer, learn to melee. You are doing a lot of damage with a sword or a dagger as an archer. Make use of that. It's like, bows are great. They have range. They're basically they're a very good weapon. They are a very needed weapon in a lot of situations in a fight. But when the enemy is charging you, you basically have two options. You either flee, or you take your weapon out and you fight. And well, if all you can do is shoot your bow and flee, you're basically not an archer. You're a bowman, and a cowardly one at that. So yeah, keep in mind, you're doing a lot of damage in melee. You're doing a lot of damage with swords, and that includes 200 swords, 100 swords, and especially daggers. You're doing a lot of damage with that. So make use of that. Be an asset to your team. Right, now they want me to collect flax, so I'm gonna do that. And this guy is gonna interrupt me. I'm just gonna saw them to death and get back to flax gathering. Need to pick up 5 of that. And kill some boars. I'm gonna put some points into abilities, right? Because I haven't. Yeah. So first, because it's an archer, I'm gonna put 5 points into marksman, because that will allow me to draw my bow faster, and I will do more bleeding damage with daggers. So that's really important. But I'm also gonna put 1 point into reaper, because as an archer I would want the strongman anyway, and reaper is a good ability. Now I'm gonna put the rest into athlete, because it's running and you're always running a lot, so you want to conserve your stamina while doing that. Right, found some bows, so let's kill them. And now that I have a point into reaper, I am able to hit 2 enemies with a side swing like this when it's fully drawn. But keep in mind, Melee weapons, fully drawn means yellow. There is no difference in damage in yellow bar or red bar. So you're wasting time and stamina if you're gonna attack only on red. So attack on yellow. It's faster, it's more efficient. Small DPS, really. So there's the Pagan Leader, an optional quest in here. I'm gonna do that one. I'm gonna spam the left swing. You're gonna see how powerful that tactic is. Because sword is a very 200 sword is a very fast weapon. 200 sword is a very fast weapon. And if you time it correctly, the left side swing is the fastest. You're gonna be able to attack the enemies that always tend to try to counter strike you with the after being hit. And because you're faster, if your timing is right, you're gonna keep on hitting and interrupting them. And that's the most efficient, the most DPS way to fight enemies in PvE. So yeah, remember that. Left side swings, also bind it to a key. Don't just try to do the left. Don't just try to move your mouse and press it when you want it to be really efficient, because, well, directional attacking is kind of wonky, because you really need to remember to move your mouse before you press the left key. Otherwise it's gonna attack from the direction that the indicator that you can see over here, that the indicator is showing. Like if it's on the right side and you click along with swinging left, what will happen there? Right. If you click along with swinging left, you're still gonna attack from right. So you need to move your mouse first and then click. So delay that click for a little bit. Alright, let's talk to Brad the Guard. And he's given us a bow and ammo piece, but at this point the differences in ammo pieces, there's not that much really. At the low tier of light ammo, all you really care is that 10% bonus. And that, congratulations, you have your challenge. That thing is annoying, because if that would be the icon itself, it'll be cool, but you have all that, and sometimes, especially in a fight, like you really want to open an inventory and use something, and you can't, because it put you in this. You have to click it, and I've died several times because of that. Should be icon only. Alright, it seems like I need to talk to him more to get a quest out of him. And what he wants me to do, he wants me to kill even more pagans. Alright, let's go and kill more pagans then. So another change that happened was that they buffed the medium armors, so they are not complete garbage anymore. And yeah, you can use medium armors because they are kind of viable now. They're very good to defend against bludgeoning damage, and they are not that terrible versus piercing damage anymore, which was a very big hole for medium armors. Like against piercing damage, they were suffering greatly. They're still bad against piercing damage, but it's not as significant as it was before. So yeah, medium armors are pretty good now. And another change that they did is that you can press tab on the sieges. You can press tab and you will see a scoreboard, so you can keep track of how well are you doing in a fight and how well are others doing. So that's a good one. It's always nice to see how you're progressing and how are you faring. Do I need to kill more of these? No, I need to collect wheat and kill wolves. There's a wolf there. Hello wolf, goodbye wolf. I'm gonna collect wheat. Oh, luckily it's easy to collect it with sword. And I need 3 of these, and conveniently it respawned right after I picked one, so yeah. 2 more wolves, since I killed one it was 33%. So 1 more wolf, there it is. And it's done. Now bring grains to life. He's ahead of me. Kill pagans on the bridge. Alright. There's also 2 optional quests that I want to skip, so I'm gonna open map and see which one is that. That's the optional, that's the collect, and the pagans are there. Yeah, that's where I'm heading then. More beehives. Yummy. Very good idea to pick these. Beeswax, rather expensive. So, yeah. If you run past them, pick them. You'll see a lot of people doing that, and good reason for it is the price of the beeswax, because it's the only source of getting it. And it's used in a lot of recipes, so yeah. Alright, more pagans to kill. Let's get that sword moving. One of them, and 2 more, and we're done. Very good. Let's move forward, and since it's a long straight run, I'm gonna auto run. And use that time to spend some abilities and spend some attributes. There we go. And I'm here at the quest giver, so I'm gonna take the light armor, obviously. I'm not gonna put it because it's I already have pants, and the difference in them is not significant enough. I'm gonna click this away so that it doesn't interrupt me when I really need it. And yeah, apparently I need to talk with him again to get another quest. And another quest is to talk to another guy. Alright. So again, an auto run. And because I've turned in the quest, I got some more points. So I'm gonna put them into dirty fighting, because as an archer I care about backstabs, because it's dagger. And I care about headshots, because it's bow, because you can only headshot enemies with a bow. You cannot headshot people or monsters in melee. Sometimes you think that you're doing more damage when you hit overhead, but that's basically a weapon thing, not a headshot. Some weapons deal more damage when you're doing an overhead swing. And look at that, that's a reinforced chest. These are good. Like, pick them up when you see them. You can only pick these chests once per character. And the more of them you find and open, the better loot inside. So yeah. Now let's talk to Austin and see what he wants from us. He wants us to kill poachers and collect wood, and I can see only 1%, so let's do both of them to progress. First poacher, right? Oh, trying to be a fencer there. And another one. Oh, I missed terribly on that one. Let's see if there are any wood to collect. Yep, let's take an axe out for that, because it's always best to use the appropriate tool to harvest. Even though you can harvest with weapons just as much as you can fight with that woodcutter's axe, but these things are better at what they're supposed to do, really. Like, you can fight with a woodcutter axe as much as you can cut the wood with a sword. Like, well, look at that. Cutting with a sword, it takes longer, so that's a waste of time. The same thing with fighting with that small axe. It's not gonna do as much damage. So yeah. Oh, there's another one. We'll switch to axe. Got it. And we are progressing nicely. It's already at 66%. There's a poacher up. Left side swing. 2 of them and he's down. And even more poachers here. Oh, that one tried to counter me. I mean, you don't really have to be blocking at this time in this quest because they're really not doing a lot of damage, but it's always good to train. It is always good to hone your skills. Alright, that quest is done, so let's get a sword out again and run toward Aston, as he wants us to talk to him. Yada yada yada, yeah. And now you want to talk to Edmund, alright. A lot of running back and forth. This is why I have that athlete at 10. This is why I'm wearing light armor, and this is why I'm putting points, like now, into Constitution, and that's the maximum that this character is going to have, and now I'll put everything else into Dexterity. And that Constitution gave me more stamina, more health, and the regeneration of both, so yeah. Also very easy to put attributes now, just put everything into Dexterity as an archer now on. Unless you're using a different build, obviously there's a lot of builds in this game. A lot of viable builds. Alright, talk to Edmund the God. Click, 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 and he wants us to collect stone resources and hunt. And I'm assuming it's hunt the boars that I saw sight. There's one. Yep, 16%. So it is boars that he wants us to hunt. See if I can hit 2 at once. Yep. Hey, efficiency. Time efficiency. Okay, let's go around the castle because I know that you have to gather the stone resources here. So I need to run around. I have my pickaxe in the toolbar, and oh, look at that, it's coal. It is always worth to mine coal. Coal is very expensive because it is the only fuel type that you can use on the high tier recipes. So if you see coal, mine it. It is worth it. Let's see if we can find any more boars, but we found more coal. And I am going to mine it. Takes a while, but hey. Okay, sort out again. Scanning for boars, there's some. There's also a chest in here. It's not empty. Alright, killed enough of the boars, so pickaxe out now. Oh, there's another boar. There's 2 of them. Alright. Okay, so, oh, another one. So there's the limestone. I can also gather it for the quest, but I would prefer to mine the coal. So you can see that previous 2 coals that I mined did not count towards stone resources because I was outside of the quest circle. But these ones, these will count. So I will mine them instead of the limestone because they are more valuable. And I need to mine 3 of those nodes. There's 3 coal nodes, so perfect. Done and done. She makes me kinda jealous that Midlanders have the coal mine in the no loot zone. It's basically a safe zone. You can die in here, but you cannot get looted. So yeah, I'm gonna go around the castle because I think it's faster. And oh hey, there's another reinforced chest. Yeah, let's pick it up. So that's already 2 of them opened. Now let's swim across, and I'm really thankful I'm wearing light armor again, because when you're swimming in medium or heavy armor, your stamina depletes way faster. Like, it's a much higher ratio of stamina depletion than running. And the thing about swimming is, once you run out of stamina, you're not gonna regain it in the water. You're gonna start losing health, and rapidly. That means you're gonna die. So try to avoid swimming in full plate armor. I mean, it kinda sounds like a common sense, but you know, keep that in mind. You can swim, yeah, you can swim a bit, but if you try to cross a larger body of water, you might not make it, might die. And an archer will swim to you and they will loot you, and you will cry. Well, probably not cry, but you know what I mean, right? So again, a very good change that you cannot see players from enemy nations typing anymore. Very, very good change. Like my entire career playing this game, I've always had this option off, so I never saw whatever they were typing to me. So if you're among those players that were trying to shout something at me, I didn't see you, buddy. Didn't see it. I ignored it, and I liked it because I did turn that option off, and about 12 hours later I disabled it again, because yeah, people were speaking too much and shouting too much and crying too much, apparently. So it's not good. Right, now he wants us to burn tents and save kidnapped people. Tents are like this, and save kidnapped people means opening these cages. Already opened and empty, but sometimes they're not, and there are people inside. It basically means that some other player did that quest recently, but luckily we don't have to wait for respawn, as it just walks. So another tent burn, another person saved. Well, phantom person, but nonetheless, quest is progressing. Wonder if they will aggro me if I just... yeah, they will. As you see, good timing and attack of the left side swing, that it works wonderfully in PvE. Alright, some tents are burned. 5 more. I should be here. Nice, you've seen that I did more damage backstabbing him than in front, and it is like, it's much more significant on a dexterity character when you're doing backstabs than a strength character, because dexterity increases backstab damage. Burn more tents. See, I need to save 1 more person and burn 3 more tents, so You sir, you gotta die. That cage needs to be opened. And hey, look, there's a prisoner inside. He's not rushing to safety though. And 2 more tents in there. That's the first one. Oh, decided to parry some of my swings. This one didn't though. Well, he was trying to attack me, but the sword is faster. Alright, save 1 more person. Yep. Now they want me to kill the soul eater and giant in the cave, and I'm assuming that is that cave. Let's pick up the chest and go fight a giant. Oh yeah. There's a lever here. Oh, giant ain't here. Alright. Gonna help myself to the chests then. Uh-oh. I'm pretty sure that portcullis opens when you kill the giant, but I'm actually not gonna wait for him to respawn because it's optional. And the next quest is to report to Robert. And he is in capital, so I'm gonna press escape and unstuck to the capital city because I am surely not gonna run all the way back there. It's much faster this way, so I would have done it anyway. And we will report to Robert and therefore finish the starter quest line. And as you will see, we will get a handsome reward for it. And well, this is basically just created character, so no preparation, nothing, and that's a decent amount for the time invested. So as a hint to new players, if you want some easy silver, might as well do that a few times, make maybe a few new characters, check new builds, check new strategies, different play styles. And you might like it. You might like it, and you will get some silver along the way. Now, let's see. It's 34 silver. Not bad at all. And it's less than 40 minutes. I'm pretty sure you can do it faster. Let's see if you can do it faster. Now, tell me if you did. So, with that note, then thanks for watching. Bye.